Hey Libras, welcome to your love readings for the month of February 2025. Thank you for being here with me. My name is Coco, and I decided to do some love readings this month to honor the month of love and to honor St. Valentine's Day. So this video will be split into two readings. The first reading, which is time-stamped, it will be for people who are in romantic relationships, situationships, just connected to a person romantically in any way, shape, or form. And the second part of this video will be the reading for those of you who are currently single and looking for timing on when somebody new is coming into your life and further guidance and insight. Obviously, we'll get into the details in the readings. Just a reminder, this is a general reading. It is not a private one-to-one reading. If that is something that interests you, you can go down to the description box below and click the link to my website where you can book a private virtual reading with me. However, if this reading does resonate for you and you do find it helpful, I would very much appreciate a like, a subscribe, a comment. Any love at all is very much appreciated over here. And I appreciate you all for being here with me. So let's get into it. I will see you at the reading that applies to you. Okay, Libras, if you are here, that means that you are in a romantic relationship or just tied up to a person romantically. We are going to move from broader themes into more of the details and the nitty-gritty. And I will say, Libras, you have an interesting reading here, so we have a lot to unpack. And just an advance apology for the car horns, dogs barking, people that you hear. I live in a noisy area, so you might hear some of that, and I am sorry in advance. All right, so right now, the energy in your relationship, you've got the not for you card and the why card. There's an inquisitive air in your relationship right now. You could be feeling like there are some things in the relationship that you just do not want to do that might have to do with social and cultural norms, traditions. You might be realizing that you want a less traditional relationship. You want to do something differently in the relationship. You want to change it up. It does not mean per se that you are exactly thinking about ending a relationship. However, I will say it does allude to that for some of you. I did clarify that that's not all of you. So whatever is not working for you in the relationship, you're taking like a magnifying glass to it. You're really looking at it. And this also has to do with some unequal power dynamics, anything that you bring from previous relationships that could be throwing a kink in your current relationship, any kind of learned habits or behaviors that are toxic or just codependent or just a little bit worrisome in any way, shape, or form. You are learning how to tease them out and how to heal them and move forward and move on from them. Now, your lesson here right now is number 29, Keeper of Endings. Again, I clarified this, and it feels as if there is a phase of uncertainty or wishy-washiness ending in your relationship, because the cards here signify great things. There are new things on the horizon for you as a couple. Things look brighter. There's a cycle ending here. And that cycle could have been around feeling uncertain about your person or the relationship or even the future of the relationship. So that is ending for you. Again, this could mean that you are thinking about ending the relationship or that you are ending certain cycles in the relationship, like you are breaking cycles and patterns, perhaps ancestral patterns even. Your advice here, the cards here are interesting because all these broader theme cards allude to death, change, ending, transformation happening in your relationship. But what the cards tell me in the details is that things are actually coming together. So things might have recently fallen apart in order to fall together, in order to come back together in the correct way, if that makes sense. The death card here is telling you to surrender and embrace the transformation of the relationship that is happening. Wherever the current is taking you and your partner, You gotta just move with it at this time. Fighting it will not help you. It will only hurt you. And if that means an ending in terms of the longevity of the relationship, if you're choosing to say, I don't think this is right for me, your guides are like, okay, we got you. It's changing. There's death here. Just go within. We'll take care of you and we will take care of the situation. But if that is not what's happening for you, you're actually being encouraged to be very adaptable in this transformation. There is surrender needed, but there's also adaptability as you learn how to move differently in your relationship when it comes to ending certain behaviors, patterns, cycles that we were just talking about. So you guys they're very aware of what's going on here. And death is uncomfortable and change is not easy. And they want you to be okay with feeling uncomfortable with that discomfort. And because of that discomfort, you will find new ways of showing up and new ways of engaging in relationship that actually seem pretty beneficial to you. And are ushering in a new phase of your relationship, because what you got here going for you, the World, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Fool. So this person might be saying, let's move in together, let's have a child, let's move to this new place that we've been wanting to forever, let's retire and run away together, let's buy a house, let's get married, any of those kinds of things. That's opening up at this moment. Now, you are showing up the Six of Cups and the Strength card. I do feel like whatever is ending here has to do with childhood cycles, things you learned about love when you were a child, or how you learned to receive love as a child. And the Six of Cups tells me also that you're persevering through the relationship, that although things might not feel easy right now in regards to the changes happening, you're still meeting yourself and your partner with compassion and grace and patience. You're trying to get through it. It's not easy, but strength is about, this card really speaks to not putting your head in the sand and not burying your head so that you don't have to meet things courageously. You are moving in a courageous way and you're being brave as you tease out these cycles from childhood. And it could even be cycles related to how your parents loved each other, ancestral patterns like I mentioned earlier. Okay, and this person is somebody who you see as your partner and your match. I will get into that in a moment. Your intentions in the relationship, you've got the Sun and the Empress. First of all, this is the Empress card. This is you. This is Libra, this is Taurus, but this is also Venus. Somebody who wants to be adored. You're looking for a relationship where you feel safe to open up. The Empress is the divine feminine, and when I say feminine and masculine, I do not prescribe those energies to gender. They are just energies. Feminine here alludes to yin. It alludes to receiving. So being able to sit back and accept compliments, accept the love that you know you deserve, and accepting gifts. It's having confidence and high self-esteem, high self-worth. You want something comfortable, pleasurable, flirty, sexy, and you want to feel adored. Rightfully so. And you've also got the Sun. You want something fun. You're trying to come through here with fun, with boisterousness, with confidence, with vitality. You want this connection to be very transparent, in the open. You want to go out with this person. You want to introduce them to your friends. It's a very bright energy. I do, however, feel like, don't shoot the messenger with this message, but there is a focus on you right now. And I'm not sure if that's always how you show up in the relationship or if it's just presently, but it's very, very much about you, your intentions in the relationship. Like, I want this and I want that, and the focus has to be on me here. Not has to be, but your primary focus is you. And I'm not even saying that this is a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying that this is the energy here. It's up to you whether or not you want to interpret it as good or bad. I see the good and bad in that equally. So you see your partner actually as the Emperor and the Hanged Man. So you're showing up wanting to be the Empress, and they are showing up in how you see them as the Emperor. So you see them as your divine match. This is somebody who you respect very much. And you could feel like they are quite masculine, quite like quote unquote man, of the relationship. And again, masculine, feminine, it's all energy, it's not gender. But that is coming through here of feeling like, oh, protected and doted on, and this person does that for you. They're also here showing up as the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is Pisces. So this person could be a Pisces. They could have Pisces in the birth chart. They also could be an Aries. I'm being led down a direction of this person feels perhaps tired, a little bit stuck, a little bit apathetic, a little bit not knowing how to move forward or which way to go in their life at the moment. It could feel like in the relationship, I'm not sure if this is just their life in general, how they're feeling in their career or whatnot. And when it comes to love, they might be somebody who's very fanciful, not really rooted in the reality of love. So you might be more of the person who does like the planning and does the realistic stuff. So like home stuff and appointments and things like that. Whereas this person brings more of an air of daydreaminess and, oh, I just love you, and this idealism and lovely kind of airy feeling to the relationship. And your obstacles in this relationship, you've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Star card. The Star card has been showing up in almost all of my readings. I think it makes sense, and there's a lot of major arcana here, which tells me that this is a very important relationship to you, and whatever is happening in the relationship currently is very important to you too. You are being guided to really work hard on how you want to show up in the relationship. It's the consistency, the dedication, the showing up every single day of imagining your future with this person. I feel like maybe you are not somebody who likes maybe to be in a relationship. I feel like you might prefer a little bit of variety. I'm not sure, but here it's like work hard, try to show up the best way you can, and reassess constantly how you are doing that and how you are showing up, because the star is indicating that your future is wrapped up with this person. And because of that, you're trying to do the inner work and to do the unraveling of patterns in order to bring yourself into the future with them. You'll also want to think really clearly and hard about your future and about what it is you want, not only in a relationship, but like in love in general, and how you want to move. Your advice is the Six of Pentacles. I feel like this is the ultimate card, besides the Justice card, of harmony and balance. You're being guided to be generous with your time, your energy, and your resources. You're also being guided to make sure that there is no imbalance in the relationship, no imbalance in power. If one of you makes more money than the other, making sure that the other person with less money is not somehow being made to feel bad about it. If somebody needs help here, offering them help. So you're being guided to be generous and to be very aware of how you contribute to an equal reciprocity, to an equal give and take in the relationship. And they're letting me know that it's about the Sun card here. It's about the focus on yourself. There needs to be also more of a focus on the other person's well-being, their feelings, okay? Just making sure that there's an equal give and take there. Your person is showing up as the Empress themselves, which is very funny. That's why I'm saying they could be another Libra, although energetically I'm not getting that they're another Libra. It's like this person is embodying the energy that you want to embody in the relationship. So they might very well be receiving a lot of gifts and compliments from you, being showered in love, and they are very romantic. They feel very sexy right now. They feel very desired. And yeah, I like that. I'm into it. I just want to make sure that you also get that experience, because that's what you want out of the relationship. But I see that's not currently what you have. It's actually what the other person is experiencing. And that could be part of the equal give and take here as well. Your person's intentions here, King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. And I want to talk about this page first. They want to build with you. I see that things are in the beginning stages, so you might not actually be currently achieving a goal with them. And that's not to say you haven't already achieved a goal with them. So for example, if you're married, but you guys are planning on having a child or adopting, you could be in the beginning stages of looking at adoption agencies or planning for a child. So it doesn't mean that your relationship is in its infancy. It just means that whatever goal that this person wants to achieve with you at the moment, that's where it's kind of starting out right now. And King of Swords, they're very clear with you. They have a very level head. They want to, I got with this card that they almost want to be in control. They want to be the person who kind of calls the shots and is like, the person in charge of stuff. And that's a funny energy because they're showing up the Empress. They're not that way right now. They're definitely not. I think you are actually right now. So it feels like your guys' roles are reversed in what you want, but what's actually happening is different. They're very honest with you. They want to be very straightforward. And yeah, no BS here with you. However, their words could show up quite blunt and harsh. Sometimes they could forget that their words can hurt. The King of Swords can be somebody who is cold and standoffish too. So you might struggle with that sometimes with them. Take it as it resonates. They see you, Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, a very hard worker, first of all. They see you as somebody who's very good at what you do in your career, at your home, with your kids. You are successful, inspirational to them, and they see your successes. And they see you as a homemaker, and I don't mean Susie homemaker. Like, I don't mean that traditional gender role that a woman takes like in the 1950s. Not at all. Homemaker here is somebody who focuses on building their home, literally and figuratively. Somebody who puts a lot of energy into their family life, their friends, into their career, and into their literal home. So who spends a lot of time at home and who does a really good job at making a place a safe space, a warm space, being very grounded and rooted in reality. That's why I also said before, you are much more like down to earth, it feels, than this person. And that's not a dig on this person at all. It just feels like they're a lot more like up in the air with the ideas, and you're down here, you're like the plan, and you're like, okay, well, honey, let's bring it down to the ground. We don't have time to do all that, but we can just do this. And I think that's good enough. There are obstacles in this relationship. They got the Nine of Swords. telling me that they do experience stress in the relationship and they experience worry. They might worry about losing you. They might worry about you in general and your safety. Your physical safety is what I'm getting. That's very specific. They're showing me somebody walking around outside in a city. So they might not like when you walk around alone by yourself in a city. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to move on from that. The High Priestess, the Page of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is quite loud here, I will say, which is interesting because the High Priestess is here. But this Four of Pentacles is screaming at me that stability is being prioritized, that wherever your relationship is going, it's going to a place where there's security, where there's a strong foundation. And that's also why I feel like all these ending and death and change cards for you at the beginning of this reading, that's why I said it felt like things needed to fall apart in order to fall together. The foundation wasn't right before. It wasn't right. And it's possible that it's still not right, and that's why you're choosing you and to move forward without this person. If you're not breaking up with somebody at the moment, it's like now you guys can move forward with a better foundation together. Things are also moving in a more spiritual direction. The High Priestess is here. The Page of Cups is here. There's a lot of love being shared. It's possible that, if somebody proposes to you, please act surprised. But this does signal a proposal because here's the Page of Cups, giving somebody their love, coming forward to somebody with a declaration of love. And the High Priestess is somebody who doesn't really make things known. So it's kind of like a secret. It's kind of keeping things on the down low. This also tells me that just your relationship is deepening and you are getting to know yourself better as well as your person. Libras, that is all I have for you today, and I really hope that this reading was helpful. If it was, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, or leaving a comment below, or booking a reading in the description box below. I will see you next time for the March general readings. Please take good care in the meantime, and have a lovely rest of your February. Okay, Libras, if you are here, that means that you are joining us for the singles love reading. So welcome into your reading, and let's just dive right in. We're going to move from broader current themes into the nitty-gritty and more of the details throughout the reading. Right now, the current energy in your love life, the first card you've got is a change in the wind. There's something happening, something's changing. I feel like it's you. It could be your outlook on love. It could be a relationship situation where you're finally feeling like the energies are shifting. Maybe you have been feeling hung up on an ex and now those energies are shifting and you're finally able to move with the changes. It feels like there's some foundational changes happening within you that are good. They're good. And they're shining light on certain things that might have held you back in relationships in the past, might have been people that held you up in the past. Whatever it is here, the zebra is an indication of like transformation and change, and they're trying to stay rooted and grounded while like this tower basically is going through like some rough winds and some rough rides. So it might feel like things are rough, or it might feel like things are changing right now, but it feels like they're changing for the good because you've got milk and honey. This is a time of lovely, chill energy. You are moving towards something better. Whatever's changing here in your love life, whatever changes you are going through in regards to love and in regards to how you see romantic relationships, it's good. You're moving towards a better place. I feel like you're moving towards a place of better self-understanding, self-compassion, grace, and patience in, again, understanding yourself a bit better. The lessons for you here, you've got Keeper of Alchemy. Sorry, that's my dog scratching himself. Keeper of Alchemy and Keeper of Self-Love. So You're learning how to take charge here. You're learning how to take charge of your life. And most importantly, take charge of the way that you feel about yourself. It's possible that in the past, these are things that you have struggled with in relationships or just overall in general. Feeling like you were good enough, like you deserved love, feeling like you deserved a respectful type of love, feeling like you maybe have settled in the past. And the Keeper of Alchemy, it's magical, it's a new beginning, it's you discovering things. And this alchemist, really, you can think of the alchemist as the magician in the tarot deck. They have so many opportunities ahead of them because they have so much potential of all four suits. And so there's somebody who is actually really revered and respected. That's the path and the lesson for you at this moment in your singlehood. I feel like that's really cool, and I really like that message. How you're showing up right now, you've got the Seven of Cups and the King of Cups. I feel like you're learning how to communicate or sort out your emotional world. It's possible that you struggle with communicating your emotions, not for a lack of having them, and not for a lack of sensitivity or empathy. That's definitely not it. You more so feel confused about how the words come out of your mouth. Like you have all the feelings there, you have the thoughts, you're experiencing it, but the way it comes out, or there's just some kind of barrier that you have when it comes to giving voice and words to your thoughts and emotions. And I think you're grappling with this right now. You're feeling like, okay, I need to sort out this confusion that I have around it. I'm wanting to take a deeper look at it. And you could just feel confused right now about love. You could feel, first of all, like it's just an overwhelming, confusing situation to be in a relationship. You might have felt in the past like, oh, I don't know who to choose, or I choose the wrong ones. Like I think this guy is the perfect guy, or I think this person is just right for me. And like, why the hell do they turn out to be duds? And everybody has that. It's not just you. Please trust that it is not just you, Libra. It happens to everybody. And you could be feeling like, what the hell? I just want to be with somebody who loves and respects me, and all that. Your outlook on love is the Strength card. So yeah, the way you see love, you see it as a hard, arduous journey. You see it as something that's requiring a lot of patience, that is not easy. And I feel like it's because it hasn't been easy for you. So, it completely makes sense on that outlook. But the thing is, the Strength card here is represented with the lotus flower. Oh, sorry for that car horn. The lotus flower is a symbol of strength because the lotus blooms in the most disgusting of murkiest of waters. And still, the lotus comes up looking perfect and stunning and gorgeous. So the whole message with this card is that love is worth it. It's like the hard, arduous process, the difficult journey, it's worth it. So that could very well be how you also feel. Like it sucks and it's a hard thing, but oftentimes it's worth it. You might feel like it's just not worth it right now. That's valid too. What you crave and look for in a relationship, 8 of Wands. You look for something that is exciting, where there's a lot of communication. Transparency is very important to you. Conversation is very important to you. But it's also important to move forward with this person in the sense where you're not somebody who likes to take it slow. You might be somebody who's like, okay, sorry for that car horn again. You might be somebody who says, okay, we've been in a relationship for a month. Let's meet the parents. Let's move in together. Let's do this, that, and the third. So you're not one to really, I don't think you're one to really take it slow. I feel like you jump in and you're like, all right, I'm all in. Let's do it. And what you bring to a relationship is nice. You've got all Pentacles here. 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. This 4 of Pentacles means that you bring a lot of stability, security to the relationship in the sense where you want to build with a person. You focus very much on building a strong foundation in the relationship. So you focus very much on having those good conversations, of being very clear about your intentions very early on, making sure you're both on the same page, also on the same page about your futures. So where do you want to live? Do you want a family? Those kinds of things. This also tells me that you're very much a planner. Same with this Three of Pentacles. You like to work together with your partner. You like to work on, furthering your lives together. It's very important for you to feel like a relationship is sustainable and long-term. And it's important for you to feel like you can invest in it. It feels like if you can't properly invest in a relationship, that's when it becomes superficial for you, or you might have struggled in the past with people who didn't really invest the same way you did, because I see like you go all in, and you could have felt like other people didn't meet you there. Maybe they didn't put as much effort in as you, because you certainly do a lot here, and it's very future focused. So when you meet somebody, you're like, okay, how do things look moving forward? What does this look like for us in 6 months, 12 months? You're not a day-to-day person. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. When I do love readings, I never want anything to be taken like good or bad. That's completely up for you to decide. I see the good and bad in every single card, in every single energy. There's always another side to the coin. It's really up for you to decide, where it sits in your beliefs and your feelings. How you can better love yourself at this time. The Ace of Wands. This is a time for you to really explore what you enjoy in life, and singlehood is the perfect time for that. Tap into your creative side, tap into your fun side, and go out and do things that make you happy, that excite you. If you've been wanting to travel, if you've been wanting to book a trip, your guides are like, yeah, do that. Do the things that you have maybe been waiting to do, or perhaps you haven't felt confident enough to do, because this is about self-love too. This is about having that self-esteem and being able to say, you know what, if my friends, can't come with me on this trip, I'm going to go by myself, and I'm going to make it like this little eat, pray, love vibe, That's certainly the energy with this Ace of Wands here. It's also about acting on what you want. Not really sitting back and saying, it'll happen for me when it's supposed to happen. I don't really want to go out and meet people, but I want to meet somebody. I'm just going to sit in my house. And yeah, the Ace of Wands tells you, no, babe, you got to go out and put yourself out there in order to meet somebody. And you have to show up and have conversation and be communicative and be open to experiences in order to bring those experiences into your life. Because ultimately, if somebody comes into your life, but you're not really open, they'll pass you by, and that's perfectly fine sometimes. Sometimes we're not ready. But this card tells you, kind of try to cheer yourself up and do things that make you feel alive and make you feel happy, and do try to communicate and get out there with people right now. How you can better show up in relationships in the future. You've got the Devil and the Eight of Pentacles. And when this Devil came out, it was a very interesting message. The message here was, you're being guided to focus on your shadow self and learn and get to know the parts of you that you feel uncomfortable with. Not only in love and relationships, but like your life in general. What are the sides of you that you try to hide in relationships and friendships? The parts of you that you feel embarrassed about, or that you feel regretful about, or that you just consider your flaws. That was the message here with this card, trying to get to know those parts of you, because it's important in your self-development right now. And the Eight of Pentacles was, yeah, like this is going to require some hard work from you, getting to know your shadow self, getting to know those parts of you that you've repressed or that you feel like are not worthy or that you feel like stain you in some way. Those parts of us are us. So we really have to make peace with those parts of us and acknowledge them in order to move forward and like really heal our, I mean, here for you, it's your self-love and it's your confidence and it's your feelings of worthiness and deservingness. So in order to reach that goal of self-love, you really have to look at yourself comprehensively, all the sides of you. And it's going to take some time, it's going to take some work, but you are encouraged to do it. And in regards to timing, for when you can expect a new romantic partner to show up in your life, Libras, I'm sorry that it's not as soon as maybe some of you would expect. You actually got 14 months. So it could be 14 weeks, but it's overarchingly for me, what I'm getting now is 14 months. So there will be some patience required here. And I do feel like this is in order to give you ample time to get to know yourself on a better level. This is about falling in love with yourself right now, understanding what you bring to a relationship and all the good things that you bring. So yeah, that's your journey right now. And 14 months, that's all I can say. I'm sorry it's not sooner. But yeah, that's all I have for you, Libras. And I really hope this was a helpful reading. And if it was, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, leave a comment below, booking a reading on my website below. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your February. I will see you for the March general readings, and take good care in the meantime.